And please allow me to introduce my fellow warrior, Dr. Jill Glasspool Malone. In March of 1963, a great man came to Washington, stood on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial right there, and changed the world by speaking from his heart about his dream. Simple words that continue to resonate through time. We all stand on the shoulders of giants. The simple truths are what matter most. Honest words, spoken from the heart, can change the world. I'm a physician and a scientist, highly trained and experienced in developing vaccines and other medicines. But I've also been a carpenter and a farmhand. In my life, my wife, my family, my friends, and my treasured horses have provided all that I could hope for. It's not been an easy life, and I've seen hard times, as many of you have. In walking my path, I've traveled from the arrogance and hubris of youth to arriving at awareness that peace and happiness flows like a fountain from a commitment to kindness, good works, and striving to help others. I come to you with an open heart as a physician committed to healing, bringing 3 simple words, each of which ring like bells in the soul of honest people. Integrity, dignity, community. Integrity is a commitment to truth in what you say, how you live, how you treat others. Dignity flows from respect for ourselves, for each other, and for the world we live in. Community is what binds us together to each other and gives our lives purpose and meaning. St. Augustine, the doctor of the Roman Catholic Church, famously said, "The truth is like a lion. You don't have to defend it. Let it loose. It will defend itself." Harry Truman, a warrior against war profiteering, something we could use more of now, famously said, "I just tell the truth and they think it's hell." These are my truths, and I believe they're self-evident. We should not have politicized the public health response to SARS-CoV-2 and COVID-19. Regarding the genetic COVID vaccines, the science is settled. They're not working. They are not completely safe. Now we have Omicron. These vaccines were designed for the original Wuhan strain, a different virus. Whether they made sense for protecting our elderly and frail from the original virus is irrelevant. So let's stop arguing about that. We must look forward. These vaccines do not prevent Omicron infection, viral replication, or spread to others. In our daily lives, with our friends, with our families, we all know this is true. These genetic vaccines are leaky, they have poor durability, and even if every man, woman, and child in the United States were vaccinated, these products cannot achieve herd immunity and stop COVID. They are not completely safe, and the full nature of the risks remain unknown. In contrast, the natural immunity which healthy immune systems develop after infection and recovery from COVID is long-lasting, broad, and highly protective from disease and death caused by this virus. If there is risk, There must be choice. This is the fundamental bedrock truth of modern bioethics. All medical procedures, vaccines, and drugs have risks. All of us have the right to understand these risks and to decide for ourselves whether we willingly accept those risks. To deny this is to deny human dignity. I wish to speak about evil. Evil has many roots. A willingness to deny human dignity is one of the largest of those roots. In our hearts and in our souls, we know this to be true. Although I'm a physician who is deeply committed to the Hippocratic Oath, I'm above all a husband, a father, and a grandfather. I ask that you allow me a moment to speak to you about our children and about our fundamental responsibility to protect them. If nothing else, we must nurture and protect our children. It is job one. It is your job. It is my job. It is not their job to protect us. During the last 2 years, our society and our public health response has failed to protect them. Many things that our public health system has demanded we do to our children has directly harmed them. Self-harm, suicide, and drug abuse in children have taken off around the world. Anxiety, bullying, intimidation, coercion have become the norm. Measured IQ in the very young has dropped. Fundamental childhood delays are easily measured. And both physical damage and death of our children from injecting them with genetic vaccines in order to protect the elderly from a virus is occurring. As a parent, those that are parents are going to be parents. It is ultimately your responsibility to protect your children. If they're harmed by these genetic vaccines, you are the one that will have to take care of them. And you will carry the burden for the rest of your life and theirs. On average, between 1 in 2,000 and 1 in 3,000 children that receive these vaccines will be hospitalized in the short term with vaccine-caused damage. Only the passage of time will we know what long-term damage may occur to these children. The vaccines do not protect our children from becoming infected with Omicron. They do not prevent infected children from infecting others. In contrast, the pharmaceutical companies and the government are almost fully protected from any damages these products might cause to them. If your child is damaged by these vaccines, you will be left alone with both your grief and the burden of care. These genetic vaccines can damage your children. They may damage their brains, their heart, their immune system, and their ability to have children in the future. Many of these damages cannot be repaired. So I beg you, please, get informed about the possible risks that your children may be damaged by these experimental medical products. Don't let anyone tell you what to do. Think for yourself. Because it's your responsibility your responsibility to protect and nurture them. If they're damaged, no state governor, no public health official, no television doctor will be there to help you. You, your family, and your child will have to carry the load yourselves. Pardon me. Finally, I wish to leave you with hope. We will get through this. I sincerely believe that we can break through the effects of the madness of crowds, the mass formation, the effects of the legacy media and big tech promoted fear and psychological manipulation, which have deeply distorted public health policy. Omicron is destroying the approved narrative that the vaccines are safe and effective, and that early drug treatment does not work. The dark winter, predicted by our president and pushed by fearmongers in the media, is failing to materialize. I recently returned with my wife Jill from a trip to Europe to work and learn with doctors Gert van den Bosche and Matthias Desmet. I was reminded once again by them, as I'm reminded by all of you, that Americans are fundamentally good people. The world still believes in the American experiment in self-governance. The Davos oligarchs have demonstrated their gross incompetence to all the world over the last 2 years. They have neither right nor ability to govern America and Americans. We are a free people. And we have governed ourselves for almost 250 years now, based on a constitution developed by self-reliant farmers, tradesmen, shop owners, and landholders. These forefathers rejected a foreign monarchy and oligarchy and instead created and fought for a political structure which remains an inspiration for the world. A shining city on the hill, Camelot. When I was very young, a brilliant man said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country." This is our country. We own this amazing gift, but we must defend it if we wish to keep it. Today, I ask all of you to keep that brilliant young man's words in your mind and heart. We can all be leaders, and now is the time to step up to the task. We will survive this, and we will overcome these hardships if we could just keep these 3 simple words in our hearts: integrity, dignity, community. So fight for your children. Do not comply. I thank you so much for your time and attention.
Thank you.